How often do you get distracted from your daily tasks? Are you guilty of taking too long to complete them? If so, then you might want to watch this video. Distraction has become a huge problem in today's society. The average person spends over 6 hours per day being distracted. And this number is only going up. It's difficult to concentrate on work when you're surrounded by distractions. To stay focused and get things done, you need to eliminate those distractions. However, with smartphones, tablets, and other devices, it's not always easy to keep distractions at bay. One of those things that everyone is aware of but few actually know how to handle is distraction. The problem is that there are many different kinds of distractions, and each one needs a different response. If you are having trouble becoming productive, you need to look more closely at your daily routines. In order to improve productivity and eliminate distractions, you should try some simple techniques. These are some of the best ways to cut down on distractions so that you can focus on doing what needs to be done. Number 1, say no more often. We've all heard this phrase before. But does saying no really mean anything? Can you really say no to someone who wants something from you? More than half of your interruptions originate from outside sources, such as email, people, phone calls, and office chat. If you don't want these outside distractions to happen in the first place, you have to send out the right signals. You must learn to say no to new requests and projects if you are already overburdened with work and feel like you never accomplish anything. You can tell people in a nice way that you'd love to help, but your schedule is already full. It's time for you to identify your distractions and quit them if you find that you are having more and more unproductive days. Creating subtle cues may come off as passive-aggressive, but you'll avoid unwanted interruptions if you do. Being proactive, turning off technology, and developing the ability to refuse requests will help you start to become more productive. Number 2, pick the proper location. Stepping into a fresh environment, such as a different room, area of the house, or even a different city, resets our brains and enables us to approach our tasks in new ways. When given a chance to rest and heal, the brain functions at its peak. You can refocus your thoughts to consider something different when you take a break from what you are doing. Your brain can now interpret information differently as a result. In order to increase productivity, pick the ideal workspace. How much of a difference having a dedicated workspace makes could surprise you. In fact, some people discover that altering their surroundings improves their ability to concentrate. For instance, if you want your mind to concentrate on writing, make sure there aren't too many distractions nearby. Having a peaceful space where you can write without interruptions will help you concentrate more readily. They may not always be silent, but they frequently offer a distraction-free space where you can concentrate on your work without being concerned about breaks. Number 3, restrict access to your phone. Are you addicted to your phone? Is it time to silence your device? If you answered yes to either question, you might want to think twice about keeping your phone near you. The constant temptation to check your messages, social media, and other apps can cause you to lose track of time. When you're constantly checking your phone, you're missing out on important opportunities to complete tasks. Your phone makes sounds when you turn it on, including chimes from texts and phone calls, as well as pings from social media and emails. You can get sidetracked by these from your current task. And as soon as I look at my phone, I find myself drawn into whatever else is going on there. The issue is that when we continuously use our phones, we get used to being interrupted anytime someone calls or sends us a message. We cease paying attention to our own thoughts and shift our attention elsewhere. You do not need to block all access to your phone. Just try to cut down on the time you spend gazing at it. Therefore, designate a certain period of time each morning when you won't take calls or reply to messages. If you'd rather, you could set your phone to automatically enter silent mode when you shut the lid on your laptop. Number 4, planning ahead for your day. We're all guilty of getting our mornings off to a busy start. We check our emails, reply to texts, and browse Facebook. And then it's noon before you realize it. But what happens if you don't make a plan? You can find yourself overwhelmed with tasks and responsibilities. If you have a specific goal for the day ahead, you'll know exactly how long things should take. This way, you won't waste time and energy trying to reach more than one goal at once. It also helps to keep an eye on the clock. Knowing how much time you have left to finish your projects will give you a sense of urgency. It will motivate you to stay focused on one thing at a time. When you have a clear idea of what needs to be accomplished, you can better manage your time. You'll feel less stressed and more productive. Planning ahead is the most crucial thing you can do to ensure that your day runs smoothly. List the 2 conditions that must be met for the duties of that day to be successful. These could involve beginning a project, completing another task, or meeting someone. Write down each step twice, once for each item, if it seems like a huge deal. Next, set aside time to finish both jobs. You'll be able to concentrate on what matters most without becoming sidetracked by unimportant things if you have a strategy for every day. Number 5. Set smaller goals. When you want someone to do something incredibly huge, setting big goals can be really inspiring. But setting lofty objectives without concentrating on how to get them can result in disappointment and failure. Goals are frequently too big to achieve, which makes it difficult to stay focused on what needs to be done next. Divide larger ambitions into more manageable pieces to avoid slipping into this trap. Plus, you'll feel better about yourself if you can see the progress you're making towards your goals. It will help you focus on the tasks at hand and ignore the distractions. Take into account that you are breaking down all objectives into manageable, smaller chunks. This could boost your chances of success because you'll only need to focus on one item at a time. Therefore, it will be easier for you to accomplish the tasks and get them done in a timely manner. Number 6. Utilize a visual task list. Even though we live in a very technologically advanced society, many people still use the traditional to-do list today. Studies actually demonstrate that having a written plan of action boosts productivity and lowers stress. Make a quick to-do list for yourself before you get to work. It will serve as a reminder for you to complete the tasks you have on your daily agenda, and you'll find it useful when you become sidetracked. Not only are to-do lists helpful for getting things done, but they can also be used to keep your thoughts organized. When you put your tasks in writing, you can quickly see where you need to make improvements and how much progress you've already achieved. It's also easier to stay focused because you are aware of all the tasks at hand. Setting a priority for the items on your list is the next step. One of your most critical tasks, for instance, can require more attention than others. If so, allocate some time at the start of the week to work completely on that project. By doing this, you can avoid wasting too much time on irrelevant tasks. If you're not sure whether an activity should be included on your list, ask yourself these questions. Is it important? Does it contribute to my overall goal? Will I benefit from accomplishing it? If the answer is yes to any of those questions, then include them. Otherwise, leave it off. The final step involves checking off completed tasks as soon as possible. You don't want to forget anything, especially if there are deadlines involved. Once you've completed it, move on to the next priority. As always, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button if you find this video helpful, and share it with others you think might benefit from it. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.